Path to Freedom, a Buddhist dialogue in the modern context.
Welcome to another edition of Path to Freedom, the Poet Day discussion program. In today's edition, we are going to be delving into Dhamma and, of course, the philosophies of Buddhism in shaping your life. Now, this particular edition, the first for 2021, the January edition, will actually focus on how you can actually adopt the teachings of Buddhism in making your life a success. To do this, we have brought on Venerable Galkante Dhammananda Thera, the head of Walpola Rahula Institute and the head of the Department of History, Faculty of Social Sciences at University of Kelaniya. Thera, welcome to the show. It is a pleasure to have you on.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, Thera, in our numerous programs before, we have actually had a discussion about Buddhism and, of course, the teachings. In today's edition, we are going to do it a little bit different. We're going to be talking about how a person can adopt the teachings and the philosophies in shaping their life. Now, of course, January being such an important milestone in a lot of people, they actually plan out the year. Some people actually have their New Year's resolutions written down. Now, this year is a little bit different. I think we are forced into a studio because of the COVID pandemic situation. And this pandemic has affected all of us. And in some people, when they're having their New Year's resolution, they have their aspirations to do something great or to make an impact. But because of the situation, it might be impossible or hard to do. And that leads to a bit of disappointment. Now, I want to focus on this at first. How can a person who might be feeling a little let down adopt the teaching of Buddhism to make sure that they can overcome this feeling?
Yes. One thing I like to share with you, a challenge is not something negative. And what we are facing for a few months now, yes, it has obstruct, the things that we have been doing, all our plans has been changed, and we cannot move the way we used to do that. Yes, and but at the same time, that kind of challenge, and in fact, that kind of challenge we have to expect, because this is not something divinely created plan. There is no such plan. Everything is interconnected and everything is interdependent. So things are unceasingly changing, so that any time new situation can arise, and sometimes that particular situation will be beneficial for us, and some, it is not. The thing is, we cannot stop such things, but what we can do is to change the way we respond to it, right? The way we respond to it, that is what we can, we can shape. So the challenge is not at all a negative thing. Challenge is something positive. We can make it positive. As an example, this corona situation, that in a way force us to stay in one place. Now, we used to go away from home in the morning to the office and come back in the evening, and we spend little time with the family. Now we have got, plenty of time to be with the family, with my parents, with everyone. And now, sometimes how we stay longer time within the family, and sometimes tension will develop. Okay, because earlier we can avoid and go away, but now we have to stay. Now it is the time for us to develop, sometimes to pay more attention to other people who are living with us, and to understand more deeper level. That is one thing that we can do. And the other thing, sometimes if we get tension, how to face that, how to mitigate that, and what are the tools that we have to handle that situation. And that also is a way and a kind of chance for us to think. And new ways of teaching, new ways of working from home, right? Now we are developing that. And more and we know if we look at only the door that is closed because of corona, we will lament, oh, that door is closed. But if we look at how many more doors are there for us to open and more ways, avenues, that is another thing. And this is in a way an opportunity for us to think afresh. What are the new things that we can do? How to change this situation? How to use this situation for the betterment of all? So I think we can discuss in that line. The challenge that we are facing today is not at all negative. It is up to us to make it positive. So the new beginning of this year is something that we can think of how I am going to contribute, how I am going to change the situation for the betterment of the people, betterment of myself, and the betterment of the world.
So look at the positives, just not just focus on the negatives. Now, Thera, in that line, something you said that was pretty important was a lot of people used to go to work and come back home.
Yeah.
And some people now, of course, have a different lifestyle where they work from home. And this also, sometimes when you are working from home, you feel a lack of motivation. You don't really engage in the happiness of the moment. So you think, oh, I'm going to miss out on this, I'm going to miss out on that. That was the first one. So how can you actually find inspiration at home, at the moment itself, in the present moment?
Yeah. One thing we have to be mindful, the situation that we are facing today is something permanent. Okay, so until this corona thing came, we had the freedom, we were traveling and we were going to the office and all that, and that situation changed. And this change is not permanent. This is bound to be changed again. So the first thing is to be aware that this is not something permanent, that from now onwards we will not get the chance to go to the office. So no, it is not, right? This has to be changed, and it is bound to be changed, and be aware that. Then the time period that we have to stay at home and to do work from home, that when you know that this is a temporary period that we are working from home, then we can handle it. I mean, if we get the attitude and the idea that, oh, we are going to miss this forever, then it is very negative, right? And if we know that this is a temporary thing, if everyone handle the situation very mindfully, we can change the situation. So that is the first thing that I like to emphasize. This is temporary. Be aware that this is temporary. And then what the popular Buddhism, what we like to do is to get together, having kind of programs and decorations and all that. But this is a chance for us to see whether the Buddha promoted that kind of decorations and doing or Buddha emphasized more and more, look at yourself, right? So this is a great chance for us to look at ourselves. And then the way we look at meditation is something that we have to go away from home to a secluded place. And no, meditation is to live mindfully whatever the things that we do, right? To train that, we go to a particular place, sit in a particular way, and that is part of training. It is not the living with meditation. Living is to be mindful whatever we do, whatever we engage, and this is kind of chance for us to reflect on it and to, in a way, practice it, and that will give you the energy, the inspiration that to work hard and be motivated.
Now, there, I think working hard, being motivated, also something important you said, self-development. Now, a lot of people, because this is of course the month of January, have those plans, they lay out those plans. Something I think affects a lot of people is procrastination. What are some steps we can adopt from Buddhism or the philosophies that can actually help us overcome this word procrastination?
Can you explain the word
Procrastination in the sense of putting things to a later date. I want to do this, but I'll do it tomorrow. Or I'll do it day after. I'll do it the weekend after. I'll do it in an hour. And of course, people plan things out. You know, maybe it'll be something like health-wise. They want to work out. They want to eat healthy. They'll say, next week I'll eat healthy. Tomorrow I'll eat healthy. Or I'll work on this project tomorrow. I think this is something that is universal across a lot of people who are going to school and all this stuff. So how can you actually, I think it is adoptable to everyone, how can you overcome that particular thing from the teachings?
Well, Buddhism suggests to be in the present moment, right? Engage with the present moment, not with the future, not with the past, not with the future, that is, time didn't come. So, so be mindful and engage with the present moment mindfully. And what you have to do now, engage with that, right? That is what the Buddhism suggests. And you can make present moment beautiful. You can enjoy the present moment, the happiness. And once you are happy with present moment, your future will be something beautiful, something, And if you worry about future, that will harm the present moment. So, if we are dealing with the present moment and what I have to do now, I have to do now, right? And if you keep on postponing, that will really damage the present moment and then the future as well. So it is in a way training ourselves, right? In a way we need the training to be in the present moment and do what you have to do in the present moment. And this is what we discuss will go into the knowledge level. And the people who are watching this, they will say, yes, that is true. But it will not make any difference if that person does not put into practice. And practice need, longer time of, internalizing things, and that, part of our education, part of our schooling, and part of our day-to-day life at home. And particularly for children to see our parents practice it, right? And for people to see that our religious leaders are practicing it, right? Preaching is easy, but practicing, only the practicing will give the message. Now, there are people who does that and it is beneficial. So, I think in our lifetime, we cannot do everything. There will be many things. Out of those many, we have to select what I have to do, what are the most important, and then to engage with that. And the other thing in this world, there are things that we cannot control, right? There are things that we cannot control, and there are things that we can control. What our task is to engage with what we can control, we can manage. And there, I think we are going to start a new year, and what I am going to do during this year, what are my goals, and how I am going to be with the present moment, how I make the present moment happy. Okay, so that will be helpful to see a brighter new year, brighter, at the end of the year, you will see kind of, oh, it's a good year, it was successful.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
resolving the conflicts
Yeah.
within oneself.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, of course, apart from the conflicts within yourself, there are, of course, external factors. We get very used to actually blaming things on other things that happen. Hey, this happened in my life because of the pandemic, because everybody's here. This happened because it was raining outside.
Yeah.
You know, you blame external factors for your misfortunes. How can you become mindful of things that are in your control and things outside your control, and be able to let go of the things that sometimes aren't within your control?
Well, if I continue what I have been explaining, that we should not think what we have been doing is the best thing, or that is what I have to continue. That is the, as an example, when this corona came and that we couldn't move from, there was, and during that time we could not engage the work that we have been doing as an institute, Walpola Rahul Institute. People couldn't come to meet us, no programs we conduct. But we learn how to use YouTube, and we learn how to record our programs, and we learned how to do things live. And when the first round of the wave ended, we started a new YouTube channel to address people, and those people who have lost their loved ones and they were sad they couldn't do 7-day sermon, and we did that online. So what I can share with everyone with my own experience, if we think that what we have been doing we couldn't do now, and what a sad situation, then we will not be happy. And there are so many things that we can learn and do it. So that is how I see this situation support us to look afresh and think more avenues and engage with. And there, this Samma Vayama, the effort, that is eightfold path. Eightfold path is the path, in a way, the name of this program, Path to Freedom. So in that path, the way the qualities that you have to develop, how you are engaging. There, the effort, the right effort. There, Buddha talks about to develop your qualities, good qualities, to effort to always continuously engage with developing your good qualities, and at the same time to work hard to, there will be some, not healthy qualities, right? To reduce such qualities. So in that, if we take as a new year and as a community and the nation, how we are going to see the new year, there are so many things that we have to develop. That is, if we look at people and these people are that religion, this religion, kind of divisions. If we promote such things, that will not be at all healthy for a brighter future. That Samma Vayama, good effort, or there we have to develop qualities that we all in the community can look at each other as fellow members of the community. Only if we come together, work hard, we will be prosperous, we will be successful. So that is how I see, yes.
Thera, if you put in the good effort, you can let go of the things that are outside your control because you're satisfied you put in your best effort. Now, you talked about Samma Vayama and how the Noble Eightfold Path can be incorporated into that good effort. That is a part of that Eightfold Path. What are other things you can incorporate from the Noble Eightfold Path to actually tackle tough situations, actually tackle the situations that are a little bit challenging, but you need to overcome? How can you incorporate that?
Well, in the Eightfold Path, you can, categorize in three things. That is Sila, Samadhi, Prajna. The Prajna is wisdom. Samadhi is the well-being of your mind, and Sila, the conduct, right? Conduct. There, I think Samadhi, that's supposed to keep the well-being of your mind, right? And there, whatever the situation comes, already you have the idea things are changing, and I'm not the master of everything, and whatever comes, I'm facing it with mindfully. And we cannot control everything, but there are things that we can control and can live unaffected. That is, that understanding. And then I want to emphasize this prajna, or the wisdom part. And there is a tendency to see that prajna is to be intelligent and be talented and pass all the exams and get something, good jobs and all that. The prajna, the wisdom Buddhism suggests, there to be non-violence is part of prajna. Okay, be away from anger and hatred is part of prajna or wisdom. That means any action with anger or hatred is not wisdom. Any action that is violence is not wisdom. So, if we think of kind of development policy that is harming the environment, that is violence, right? And if we take any action that damage, that the non-violence, that is not prajna. So, if we are to bring the knowledge that comes from this this prajna, that is very much important to have a brighter new year and brighter future and happy life. And particularly the non-violence path, the metta is there. Metta is very much important to heal ourselves and to be kind to those who are living with us, perhaps those who are affected by this, corona things, and those who are working hard to help those people, maybe the health workers. So, the new year is not something how I can be happy, but how we all can be happy.
Not just me, everybody else as well.
Yeah.
I think that is a great note to end our program today. Thank you, Thera, for that valuable insight. That was Venerable Galkante Dhammananda Thera, the head of Walpola Rahula Institute and the head of the Department of History and Faculty of Social Sciences at the University of Kelaniya. That's it for today's program. Thank you for joining us.